honestly feel like we maybe are, and not that I'm on the no marriage, but I also am on the I don't necessarily think that it's necessary. I don't think we did a great job of giving him reasons as to why he should. The thing that I wanted to mention, Brian, sorry, I know you're, but that you just don't necessarily want to go into it with that mindset. No, I'm like absolutely against marriage. I feel like it's like it would kind of
I agree with you.
turn off some people. You should go into it with openness about it. And again, if you find, I think you hopefully will find someone who changes your mind on that. But yeah, I hope you're not closed off to the idea of you finding someone who you're just like, this person I want for the rest of my life. But then again, to my point, I don't think you necessarily need a contract.
Exactly.
Our society creates so
It's a
many
lot of
people
good
who are have avoidant intimacy. So, like in your case, like you said that you were dating someone with a long-term relationship for a year.
Two.
So, and you said that that was the reason why you guys fell apart.
What? No. It was just the distance.
Distance, yeah. But how the distance created the obstacles? I mean,
Because they were in Europe.
Yeah, but did you guys have a connection with each other? You said that was one of your best relationships, right?
It was, yeah. I think it was just the phases that we were going into our lives. I was going into college. He was going into military in Switzerland for about a year and a half. So I wouldn't have been able to see him for like over a year and a half. So there's multiple factors that played into it besides, yeah. So,
but if there is true connection, and you as a woman really saw the potential, but did you see the potential with this man as your husband, your
100%, but I was also really young at the time as well.
Okay.
So, but that person was also in the same boat as me where he was like, I don't need a piece of paper to love you unconditionally, to show you that you're,
that's
my
avoidant
woman to treat.
personality, yeah. So it's avoidant intimacy. It's like both of you guys are avoiding that true connection and intimacy. When
No,
couples,
what do you mean we're avoiding it? We're very much in love.
What does this?
very
Well,
much-
hang on. What does this
if you are
mean? This
very-
idea that keeps popping up of true connection. Can you flesh this out? Because you keep saying this a bunch.
Yeah,
right?
because you're saying that I didn't have a true connection
It
with
is
this person,
the-
but I know what type of
it is
connection that I had this
the
person. Are you saying I
most-
should have married this person?
No, I'm saying that couples who truly see the potential with each other, they should have a plan how they move forward. If there is no plan, then you are living up to whatever the universe for, and of course there's going to be disaster.
And when
there's going to
when
be
do you put that plan into place? Do you put
Right
that
at the
plan-
beginning. You gotta
and
know-
that's so much pressure. You're
it-
then gonna act
you
like a
have to have a-
perfectionist and everything because
no.
it's ultimately like, okay, I
You
want
as a woman-
if I started dating someone and then a week after they were like, all right, so what about, or so when do you think around the timeline? When do you think you'd want to get married? When do you think you'd want to? I'd be like, bro.
So it is about
this is week
it is
one.
about being authentic. Okay, first of all, if you want to pursue
I don't
marriage
think you
and
need
true-
authenticity, or I don't think marriage brings out authenticity.
I'm not talking
Well,
just
now,
about marriage.
hang on, guys. One at a time. Okay, so let's let her respond real quick. Go ahead, green dress. Sorry. I'm terrible with names, but it's easier for me to identify you by what you're wearing. So, but anyway, yeah. So, go ahead and respond.
Do we go green or
Green so confused right now. Green dress, green shirt.
Sorry.
I think it is.
I think we lost him.
I don't know what it is.
Oh,
Did we lose
And-
it?
No, I'm still here. I'm
Oh.
still here.
so what was
And-
Yeah. So I was just saying,
Address-
just one at a time, so that we can get to the heart of it. So if you wanted to start green dress with your
I
point, so that she can
I
respond.
think
go
that
ahead.
regarding Andrew, a lot of if you grew up in a family when they have family values and you see your parents' marriage and they have a great marriage and they're faithful to one another and they have good marriage, that's what you grow up to do. But if you grew up in a home when the either mother cheating or the father cheated, and this is what they see, this is what you grew up to be. Or if you're a young man that been cheated in your early 20s, and women treated you like shit and used you and dismiss you, of course you're gonna grow up to be scared from women and don't want to get married and be in a relationship.
But-
So it all really depends how you grew up.
Aren't we adults? And aren't we supposed to be responsible for our own choices, what we want to be? I mean,
No.
regardless
I tell
of
you
the,
why. You
rega-
ask a question, let me answer. I tell you why not. Because a lot of the people, okay, they not even getting mature until they're 50 or 60 because they carry trauma. A lot of people, like
Yeah.
this girl that we're sitting here, she talked about her sexual abuse. In her being 19, she still carried that trauma and activate her life from that trauma. So a man that been hurt when he was young, or saw his parent get divorced, or whatever it is, they carry and activate their life and go through their life from that trauma.
Yeah,
so the
but
age
if
doesn't
you
matter.
understand that there is trauma that needs to be addressed, and that's what it takes to become an adult, to address it, to work through that, and make the choices for yourself who you want to be. Because if we would be the product of what was only happening in our past and dragging our past with us, then we would not be progressing in anything.
Well,
wanna
that's what I
answer
want to
you- I
ask
wanna
you. Did you, or I just want to ask you a question. Did
Sure.
you grow up with, or in a married household?
I was, my father, he died when I was 1 year old. I do know what it is to be that word that we're not supposed to discuss. I do know that in my personal experience, but the whole thing is to understand the trauma and to understand how to address it, how to, in most of the cases, for us as women who had a traumatic past like that, it's for us to understand what is happening, what is actually the result of our behavior, and how we are able, because most of the workers.
Sorry. Go
I
ahead.
want to answer her.
Dancing.
I'm sorry. Go
I
ahead.
want
Go
to
ahead.
answer her.
Let's move it on.